Welcome to Brighton, one of the most friendly and accepting places in the UK. So why are so many of its citizens ignored?
We're in the middle of a national housing crisis, and in Brighton we have seen a significant increase.
Trapdoor opened as I was stood on it and my world fell from underneath it.
To find out more, we spent some time with rough sleepers around Brighton. We spoke to Brighton Council and St Mungo's Charity about what can be done to help, and we looked at food banks such as Purple People Kitchen.
My name's Stephen. I've been on the street for about 12 months now. I was kicked out of my house by my wife. I've suffered from depression for a few years. Depression led to alcoholism, and she couldn't handle the addiction side of alcoholism, so here I am.
Hello, my name's Cameron. I've been homeless officially for 2 years since our relationship breakup, but I've been homeless on and off since I was 15 due to family problems. I've got a disabled sister who died this year, which took up a lot of my mum and dad's time. Didn't have time for my problems, which is down due to me drinking too much. So I've not been able to hold a relationship down, obviously, because of drinking. So I've basically been on the streets since I was 15, really, on and off. The only time I've been off the streets when I've been in a relationship, and that always breaks down after a couple of years because my drinking is too much, you know.
My name's Ian. I've been off and homeless since 14, 56 children home days, really. And since my mum and dad split up, went to my grandparents and...
And you've been homeless ever since?
No, I was married for 10 years. I've been in and out of prison, but children's homes, probation hospitals.
Yeah, my name's Tom. 41 from Manchester originally. Became homeless. I was in a hostel. One of the rules wasn't explained to me properly. An inclusion rule it was. It meant go to the office every day just to say hello to the staff. I didn't understand it like that. I thought it was if you got housing benefit or council tax issues, then go and see them. I didn't go every day. Technically, I broke the rules, so I got kicked out.
That's quite bad.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Nearly 2 years.
Wake up about 7:30 in the morning. We head down to a day centre called First Base, where you can get a shower, shave, brush your teeth, get some breakfast.
Do your hair.
Do your hair. They've got clothes there, so you can get new socks and underpants and t-shirts and stuff like that.
Get your clothes washed as well.
Get your clothes washed, get your hair cut, all that sort of stuff. Then in the afternoon, I normally spend the rest of the afternoon either sitting here or drawing or reading or doing whatever else. And then in the evening, try and bed down as soon as possible. Around about 6 o'clock. Try and get yourself nice and warm and just bed down for the night.
I get up. I don't bother with the day centres, but it's always fighting and people. I'm not cursing them down who do different loads of drugs and that. I don't associate with that circle, so I don't do. So I get up, have something to eat, have a wash, a shave, go sit outside wherever I sit, do my artwork, earn a living, and that's me basically.
Don't claim benefits, so my daily routine really is when I get up in the morning I pack all my sleeping bag and my tent away and that. I really just come down London Road, try and make some money to get something to eat, and that's my day really. So I don't claim benefits, I don't steal for food, so I kind of rely on the generosity of the public.
Until a year ago, I had a pretty successful job. I earned a decent income, and I've done pretty much I've pretty much ticked every box in my bucket list of everything I wanted to do. The one thing I'm missing now, today, right? Well, not today, but every single day since I've been on the street is a Sunday roast. I would die for a Sunday roast. It's quickly.
No, he didn't say his missus or his kids. He said Sunday roast. You like that?
No. I still see my missus and my kids, right? But you'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at how quickly you forget how. The things that people take for granted...
I miss my bed, man.
The things that people take for granted, how quickly you forget how important they are. When I saw it, I stayed round at a friend's flat last weekend, right? And she had a television, because obviously normal people have a television, and a television was just like, oh! I spent about 12 hours just sat there in front of a television watching crap telly, but, oh, it was fantastic.
The norm.
Exactly, yeah, but it's not the norm to us, but it is to everybody else, and you forget.
Dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, that's what I need.
Has the number of rough sleepers gone up this year?
There has been an increase in the number of rough sleepers across the whole of the country. We're in the middle of a national housing crisis, and we have seen an increase in Brighton and Hove. Not as much as the estimate that we have, because we think this year we've actually been much more accurate in finding the number of rough sleepers. I was really, really keen that we do the best estimate that we can, which is why we involved 8 different organisations this year, made sure we went across the whole city to find everybody who might be sleeping rough. That's really important for us to know where our rough sleepers are so that we can plan our services to support them.
The perception of people that you can see people's faces when they walk past you, the disgust on people's faces, and it almost makes me feel you don't know my past, you don't know my history, you've got no idea what qualifications I have, and
people forget that can happen to anybody. Like that can happen to you tomorrow.
It does, and it does happen. Well, I'm living proof of it. It can swivel on a turn of a penny. You can lose everything, and you can be on the street, and you can't do much about it. You can be as educated as you want. You can have as many qualifications as you want. You could have as good a job as you want, but there's a saying that you're only one pay packet away from being on the street, and that's just bloody true. I used to work for the John Lewis Partnership, and I used to help them refurbish existing stores and help them lay out new stores. I ran a team of about 136 people, liaising between contractors and John Lewis and making sure it was laid out to our specifications. So it was quite a high pressure job, but it meant travelling up to London every day, and all that commuting and all that busyness tended to get to me, and that's what I think brought me down and led to where I am now. So there we go. But as soon as I became homeless, I tried to keep it up for a couple of months, but I couldn't keep turning up in a suit and a freshly pressed shirt every day and a nice clean tie.
Stinking like a tramp.
Stinking like a tramp. It just no. It's true though. It can't work. So I had to resign, and that's why I'm here today. So yeah, I had quite a. I'd succeeded in life. I'd done what I had to do, but then I lost it all.
Construction for 10 years for Barrett Homes, yeah. I mean, I started off as a labourer and worked up to put me through my forklift, backsman, slinger, protection in the public. I used to do my health and safety induction, young person risk assessments. I used to do all that. So all I need to do is get my CSCS care back and I'll be back in it, but I need an address to do it.
Yeah, I'm a qualified carpenter.
And how long did you do that for?
I've done that for about 9 years.
What happened?
I had a car crash and done my back in, so I couldn't work, and it progressed from there.
I can't go to the council or housing association because I served time in prison for arson, and they won't house anyone with arson. And that's my predicament.
And even though you've
served my time, yeah, been through all the resettlement programmes, done all my courses and everything like that, yeah, it's still basically.
Does a history of arson stop you from being housed?
We never have a blanket ban on refusing to house anybody, but we would do a risk assessment and look very carefully at that individual and whether they might be putting themselves or other people in the household at risk. So it's taken on a case-by-case basis and looked at carefully, but there's never a blanket ban.
Well, I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey. And I need a dollar, that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
Normal part of Brighton street life, all the buskers and everything, they all make their money.
helped me out on so many occasions. Gives his all. He gives his all.
We're lovable.
Fun times. Last Friday. Last Friday night.
I was in this giant strawberry, just running round, just entertaining the minds. It's better than sitting in that pinky drinking cider, isn't it? You know, just having a laugh and a joke, entertaining the public.
It was the best night I've had in years. No, they don't like it. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, they don't like it.
You know, we say the off-licence
doesn't like it.
They refuse to serve us here because of street. This off-licence over here, they refuse to serve us because we're homeless.